Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, family meeting family, to another edition of Full Court Press. I am your boy, Reggie. You see the screen, ladies and gentlemen. The NBA Finals are set. I'm loving what I'm seeing right now. And before I get started with San Antonio and the New York Knicks, this is a rivalry brewing from 1999. I am, and I said I was going to do this the last show. Where's all those OKC fans at now? Now, shout out to OKC for giving the Spurs a tough series, game 7, but Wemby and the Spurs wanted it more. That alien on that court is a different ball game. But we see it. The stage is set. We got the Knicks and we have the San Antonio Spurs. This goes back to Latrell Sprewell and Tim Duncan, y'all. This goes back to 1999, where Spree and the Knicks went to the NBA Finals and took on Duncan and the Spurs. Unfortunately, the Spurs got the best of us in 99, but we're talking about right here, right now. Tomorrow night, game 1 of the NBA Finals. Knicks, Spurs. I'm giving y'all my prediction right now. You see Wembenyama, you could call Barack Obama, you could go call your baby mama, you could go eat a llama. If the Knicks get one win in San Antonio, Knicks in 5. Now, I'm not counting out Wemby and the Spurs because they got some young boys over there that's hungry. But this Knicks team is built different. And we got one of the best point guards in the league to me. And I'm saying it right now because everybody was downplaying Mr. Jalen Brunson. Oh, Brunson is not worth all the money that the Knicks are paying him. Oh, Brunson is not going to lead the Knicks to a championship. Oh, Brunson. Oh, the Knicks is not even going to get out of the Eastern Conference this year. We shut all of that noise up and look at us now. Look at what the Knicks accomplished so far to get to this point. 2 sweeps, not 1, 2. Philly, get them out of here. Cleveland, James Harden didn't even play defense at all. Now, shout out to Donovan Mitchell, a fellow New Yorker, but these Knicks are built different. Jalen Brunson got the most heat since coming to this franchise. And for the first time since 1999, Jalen Brunson, Karl Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, and the New York Knicks are in the NBA Finals. Now, it's a lot of watch parties that's going to be watched all over the city for these finals. This is a rematch to some people of the NBA Cup, and we all knew the outcome of that. The Knicks took care of business. The Knicks can be the first team in NBA history to win the Cup and the championship in the same season. We have never seen it done since the announcement of the NBA Cup, and now we are possibly can see it right here with these Knicks going to San Antonio tomorrow for game 1 of the NBA Finals. Now the NBA is bringing back the old NBA Finals logo where they had the trophy on the court with the selected teams in the finals. They're bringing it back on the jerseys as well. A lot of people is going crazy trying to acquire these Knicks Eastern Conference Championship hats and shirts. Some people are getting the Dan House and Knicks shirts. I'm one of those people that need one of those, and I will be getting mine real soon. But let's talk about these two teams for a second here. San Antonio. A lot of people didn't think that the Spurs were going to make it this far. They shocked a lot of people right here and in this era. I mean, to see a player, to see another beast like Victor Wembanyama doing what Wemby does, leading the Spurs with Castle and Champagny and Vassell, and bringing in De'Aaron Fox, having veteran players on your bench like Harrison Barnes. But these Knicks, I've been saying this all season long. Call Anthony Towns. I've been hard on you all season long because of what I was seeing from you in the paint. A lot of people was like, "Oh, Cat is soft. Cat is soft." Mitchell Robinson got to come in and pick up the slack. Now, let me talk about Mitch. Before this game was started, it was announced that Mitchell Robinson broken his pinky and could possibly miss game one of the NBA Finals. Well, I'm here to fully announce that Mitchell Robinson is a go tomorrow night, game one of the NBA Finals. He had repaired broken surgery. They're going to tape it up, and he wants to see if he can go. That is a gladiator, and that is championship mentality right there. Like I said, these Knicks are built different, and their bench. Shout out to Mike Brown and acquiring those players on the bench. McBride, Landry Shamet, Jordan Clarkson. Those guys do not get enough credit because of guys like Bridges and Josh Hart. Josh Hart is to me the heart of this team next to Brunson and Cat. Josh Hart stepped his game up in these playoffs. If he could continue to do that, like I said, if the Knicks win one game in San Antonio, it's over. And I say that because the Spurs are going to come in there. This is what, their second game 7 that they had to play? The Spurs are going in there young and hungry. And I don't think that they can hang with that Knicks defense. The Knicks defense, and that's one of the reasons why they brought Mike Brown in to New York. I mean, look at the coaches we have. Real Knicks fans know when I say these coaches' names. Mike Woodson, Isaiah Thomas, Jeff Van Gundy. Real Knicks fans know who those guys are. A lot of people look at me like, Mike Woodson, I'm surprised you remember that team, that coach. True Knicks fans know. I don't want to see all these new Knicks fans coming, oh, Brunson. If you haven't been in the struggle since Stephon Marbury, since Steve Francis, since John Starks, Charles Oakley, Larry Johnson, Pat Ewing. Should I keep going? Charles Smith. Okay? Earl the Pearl Monroe, Walt Frazier. Should I keep going? The Amari Stoudemire and Carmelo Anthony struggle. Glenn Sanity. We done seen it and we done been through it all. And now, for the fact that the Knicks, this season, because everybody thought that, oh, last season should have been our season when the Pacers shocked us and took us out in 6 or 7 games. Where are they now? This Knicks team I am so high on, especially what I'm seeing from Cat, and like he has stepped his game up since the Philly series. Taking Embiid to the paint, doing the same thing to Jared Allen, and everybody's like, oh, well, Wembanyama is going to expose Karl Anthony Towns early. It's going to be the other way around, and here's why. Yes, Wemby is a great player, but he's like the most of his points is either alley-oops, lucky three-point shots, or points in the paint. Wemby's defense outside that paint, he is trash. You do not want to put Jalen Brunson outside and you put Victor Wembanyama on him, Brunson is going to cook Wemby. Yes, Wemby is tall. But if Wemby doesn't have a great game, neither will the San Antonio Spurs. And y'all putting all the pressure on Victor Wembanyama this early, I'm telling you right now, we are going to see the same thing we saw happen to LeBron James to Victor Wembanyama in these playoffs. We are like it's too. I'm not saying it's not too late for Wemby to win a chip, but I don't think it's going to be this year because, like I said, that team is young, their coach is young, and this is going to be their first experience going to the NBA Finals. With the Knicks, on the other hand, playing with a chip on their shoulder. You do not want to play a team that has a chip on their shoulder. This Knicks team has a chip on their shoulder. And this goes out to Stephen A. and Cameron for sitting there talking about, Cameron, I'm going to get on you first. Oh, I just gotta see it from the Knicks. Oh, I don't believe the Knicks gonna get it done. Okay, they made it this far. Okay, the Knicks is always letting us down. Shut the hell up, Cameron. Because when the Knicks win the championship, what you gonna say there? Oh, they were supposed to hurt. They were supposed to get it done. I don't want to see you on the next bandwagon on first take. And neither is Stephen A. Stephen A is a hypocrite. And he's a hypocrite for doing this. This is the same Stephen A. that a few months ago, if you can pull up the clips on YouTube, pull them up. This is the same Stephen A. that was bashing Jalen Brunson. Oh, Brunson is not going to get it done. Like I said earlier in the show, he was bashing Jalen Brunson. Now look at Stephen A. Oh, it's Mr. Orange and Blue Skies. Go New York, go New York, go. Look at my Knicks. When did you suit up, Stephen A., and become a New York Knick? I just don't want to see when it happens. And I'm going to say when it happens. I don't want to see y'all new Knick fans coming in, buying Cat and Brunson's jersey, or saying, oh, that been my guy. He's been my guy since Dallas when he was backing up Luka Doncic. Stop it. Because y'all wasn't rooting for Jalen Brunson until he made the Knicks what they are today. And then you Spurs fans. And one in particular, my boy, and you know who I'm talking about. These Spurs fans. Oh, Wemby the truth. Wemby gonna get it done. Wemby this. Wemby that. Wemby better than KD. Look what Wemby doing. But stop it. Stop it. Stop it right now. Shame yourself. Put shame on yourself for even saying that out of your mouth. Because this is a huge, huge redemption tour for the Knicks. And you think they're going to let this slip through their fingers to work so hard to bring this city up? And I don't want to hear like, oh, Stephen A. Oh, Knicks is here. Knicks is here. We here. We here. Go back to Miami. Go back to South Beach, Stephen A., where you've been sitting. And when you've been on first take, oh, you sit either in LA or South Beach. Root for one of those teams because we don't need your ass in New York. True Knicks fans know what I'm talking about. This is our time. This is our time. Like I said, if y'all been here through the Francis struggle, through the Marbury struggle, the Linsanity struggle, the Ewan missing the finger roll, from the Pacers killing us to our rivalry with the Miami Heat, with Charlie Ward getting flipped over, seeing some of the best Knick rivalries like rest in peace, Kobe, and I have to bring this up, and most people don't know who this player, who I'm about to mention is. Like, oh, who that? I haven't heard that name in a minute. True Knicks fans remember when Chris Childs two-piece Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, right in his jaw, two-pieced him. That's the grit of the Knicks. We got legends that's sitting in Madison Square Garden. And Madison Square Garden Game 3 going to be packed and crazy and crowded. Tickets are running sky high. Now imagine if the Knicks win the world championship. What this city is going to do. Now, and that's another thing I want to talk about. A lot of people are saying that, oh, the city's going to go crazy. Oh, y'all Knicks fans don't know how to act. Y'all going from city to city, borough to borough. Look how long it took for us to make it this point. Shut up. Let us have our moment and just watch greatness. Because when y'all teams were sitting there going to the championship round, we had to sit there for years and years on end to come and be like, look at your team. Your team is trash. Now, I'm going to say it right here and right now. I'm a LeBron James fan, but my Knicks come first. My Knicks come first. I've been a Knicks fan since a kid watching these guys play. You know what I'm saying? Watching me, I came from the era of Patrick Ewing. I came from the era of Charlie Ward. I came from the era of Chris Childs, Charles Oakley. Some of y'all don't even know those players I'm saying. And then seeing the struggle, the guys that we drafted KP, Kristaps Porzingis, and some of these, and we had to put up through that. KP was good, but he wasn't good enough for us to keep him. Frank Ntilikina. A lot of people don't even know who that name is. And a lot of people look at me and ask me, is this man still in the league? Why would we draft a guy in Frank Ntilikina who wasn't going to get us nowhere? Then the Linsanity era. Everybody was like, okay, y'all really trust Jeremy Lin? Is Jeremy Lin going to get y'all to the promised land? Is Jeremy Lin going to get y'all to the playoffs? Look who was on our team when we had Linsanity on our team. We were dealing with Julius Randle and freaking R.J. Barrett. Now look where Randle and Barrett is. Randle done got up out of here. That's why we got Cat. And freaking R.J. Barrett went to where he should have got drafted since the beginning of the draft. But we were thankful that he was a Knick. It was supposed to be Zion, but look at the way Zion is. I'm glad we didn't get him either. And that's another thing wrong with the Knicks. We could have gotten so many talented players that we passed up on drafts and picks and trades to where we had to watch this heartbreak and to watch this team been built up from the bottom up with a guy like Jalen Brunson leading the charge. Do you believe in him now? And a lot of people will be like, oh, Whippy, y'all don't even get a chance. Y'all ain't even going to stand a chance against the Spurs. Stop it. This is going to be a great series, but like I said, the way that the Knicks are playing, the way that this team is, their chemistry on offense and defense, guys talking to each other. That's how you play. That's defensive. That's championship basketball, y'all. We've seen it for years. Look at what Detroit did to the Lakers years ago. When me and my brother, and shout out to Mel Walker, but we used to battle out about that, and because we know what greatness looked like. You know what I'm saying? And this Knicks team, they don't work too hard to just let this slip out of their fingers. I'm saying Knicks in either 5 or 6. Because like I said, if we get one game in y'all hometown, and y'all let us get that taste of blood and seeing the fatigue that y'all just had to go through with OKC, it's over. Yeah, a lot of people might call me, oh, Reg, you're being biased because you live in New York. You damn right I'm being biased because I done seen the Knicks fail year after year after year and to finally build this team up to the potential and to getting these players the way that they're playing. Now we see why the Knicks finally, we're seeing how good Mikal Bridges could be in these playoffs. Now, a lot of Knicks fans was getting on Bridges. Oh, why is Bridges over here? He doesn't play defense. He's trash. He's a sometime. Mikal Bridges in these playoffs has stepped up And if he continues to play the way he's playing with Anunoby and Josh Hart, Sam Castle who, Vassell who, I don't want to hear nothing. And you know who I'm talking about. When I say your name, Mr. Miller, I don't want to hear you hitting me up, talk about, oh, y'all cheated. Oh, my Spurs this, my Spurs that. Well, your Spurs is about to get cooked by my Knicks. I'm excited. I hope y'all excited. The NBA Finals is finally here. The wait is over. These teams are built different, but I'm going with the Knicks in this series because they're hungry, and I believe they're playing with a chip on their shoulder. And I believe that when the Knicks, or if the Knicks win this series, you got to put some respect on that man that you see on the bottom of that screen on my left hand side. You got to put some respect on his name. I don't want to hear no and shout out to a true guy on Kendrick Perkins. Shout out KP because he's the only one that's been saying that people need to stop sleeping on Big Body Brunson because what he's doing in the Eastern Conference since last season, we done cooked Boston. Now we swept Philly. We done cooked Atlanta. And then we swept the Cavs. Now we in the finals. And we possibly have a chance to get our redemption and to give San Antonio their receipt since 1999 when they beat us in the NBA Finals. We ain't finished yet. And like I said, if the Knicks get one game in y'all hometown and y'all start folding under pressure, and Wemby start not using his head, getting in foul trouble, when he elbowed Nas Reed in the face because he was under pressure, the Knicks is going to bring that pressure. I want to see how Wemby and the Spurs are going to bounce back. Because, like I said, if the Knicks taste blood and you come in and you let Mitchell Robinson cook you like he cooked Joel Embiid, Knicks in 5. Knicks in 5. Now, some people might say, oh, we're going to sweep them. We're going to sweep them. Because we did it to Philly and we did it to the Cavs. The last time we played San Antonio was the NBA Cup. And we blew them out. Can it possibly happen again? A possibility. Folks, I'm excited. I hope y'all excited. NBA Finals is here. Game 1 is tomorrow. Tune in next week as I go over games 1 and 2. And possibly, when I come back to you guys, we'll be in game 3 of the NBA Finals. I see it going into Madison Square Garden tied 1 game apiece. Because I feel that the Knicks are going to get at least 1 game in your hometown. I want to thank my future viewers for tuning in. Tune in next week, like I said, as I cover games 1 and 2 and possibly game 3 of the NBA Finals. I'm excited. Y'all excited? Here's to the Knicks. Let's go Knicks. Like I said, Wembenyama, Barack Obama, call your baby mama, get a piece of llama. Knicks in 5. Tune in next week. I'm your boy Reg. Peace and love. We out of here.